Stores are closing, banks are closing, restaurants are closing, truckers are being banned from using diesel trucks, which means empty shells are coming to certain parts of the United States. Trains are constantly having derailments, chemical spills, water is under attack. It feels like food is under attack. What is happening? How can you do something about it? It feels like Groundhog Day all in one, where you're repeating the same thing over and over again. And it's like, I don't understand. When is it going to end? When do I get off the Ferris wheel? You know, I feel like a hamster. What's going on? I'm going round and round in circles. I'm not getting anywhere. That is what's happening. But you can control what happens in your household. You don't wait for the government to do it for you. You stock up today. Stockpile your food, medication. They are letting go of real people and replacing them with AI technology in some cases. And in some cases, you're just closing up shop. Warn. This is what they named this now. When they closed that fulfillment center in Atlanta last year, like November, December, somewhere around there, because they're going to replace those workers with AI technology because they feel like it will be more productive. Y'all, they doing all of this because they don't have to pay AI. Okay, they don't have to worry about AI calling out. They don't have to worry about AI trying to find a babysitter. They don't have to worry about AI getting sick. They don't have to worry about paying for insurance and everything else that they're paying for employees. And they don't have to worry about that employee talking back. Okay, it said that it's working closely with affected associates to help them understand what career options may be available at locations. Not all employees will have a spot at another location. I even did a story saying that they would have to reapply. We are going to talk about all of these stores that are still laying off major amounts of employees. Do not think that this is because they're not making profit in their business. They are still making profit in their business. Yet people are still being laid off. Let's talk about it. So, welcome to the channel. If you are new, thank you for being here. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I see y'all out there. I appreciate you. And I appreciate my cousins who have been here from the beginning and recent. But we need to get into this because I want you guys to realize the world is not ending. Even though we have wars being fought right now and we're being drugged into them, the world is not ending as of yet. I said in the other video, as long as God wakes you up and you breathe fresh air or any kind of air, you have a chance to turn things around. You have a chance to stock up and prepare for if you lose your job. Like a lot of these people I'm about to tell you about are losing theirs. You have a chance to stock up on food, medication, boomsticks, bullets for the boomsticks. Because best believe when things really do crash, people are already doing crazy things. They're stealing anything that's not nailed down. And they won't think twice about bopping you over your head and taking what you have because they don't have it or they just see it and they want it. So let's get into all of these layoffs, major, massive layoffs. I know I'm laying it on thick, but people need to pay attention. We got to prepare before the emergency hits. An emergency is not just, C-19 is out there or another virus is out there. It could be you losing your job, your hours being cut back, you getting sick, someone in your family getting sick and you having to take off work. It could be any situation, weather related or not. So this is 2023, the day of the layoffs, the year of the layoffs rather. Lyft, Whole Foods, and Deloitte I think that's how you say it, all recently announced layoffs affecting thousands of U.S. workers. They joined a growing list of companies cutting back on the workforce this year amid concerns about economic uncertainty, and as well as the need to right size up. So they're changing it. We're not downsizing, we're right sizing. What does that mean? So companies are right sizing. Right sizing is because of the pandemic, a lot of hiring took place because a lot of people were home. A lot of people were ordering things, needed deliveries, needed this, needed that. So a lot of companies started hiring. And that's why you're seeing all these layoffs. They're trying to right size up so their company can maintain. So it's saying U.S. employers added just about 236,000 jobs in March, below expectations, and a sign that the Federal Reserve's year-long rate hikes, and more hikes, campaign to chill inflation is now also cooling the labor market. First-time claims for unemployment benefits rose 245,000 for the week ended April 15th, above expectations of 240,000, according to data released on Thursday by the Department of Labor. March's shift in momentum indicates that could be changing. Around 89,703 layoffs were announced in March. That's a 15% gain. So if this is useful and helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up and give it as many likes as you possibly can. If we can get this video to over 600, it'll let YouTube know that people are interested in knowing what is happening. So Tyson Foods. Meat giant Tyson Foods is laying off about 15% of senior leadership roles and 10% of corporate roles. And that is according to an internal memo shared with a news organization. They said that we recently announced structural changes and right-sizing our teams. Everybody's using that word now. Right-sizing our teams, which will allow us to operate with more speed, collaboration, and agility, and focus on what drives value to our customers and consumers, a company spokesperson told the news outlet. So I don't know if y'all remember, I told you that Tyson Foods, they are also closing 2 locations. I'll try to link that video in here. They're closing 2 of their food plants. So I guess that's another part of right sizing. The cuts come after Tyson announced layoffs of nearly 1,700 workers in March after closing 2 poultry plants in an effort to boost their profits. The closure decision reflects their broader strategy to strengthen their poultry business by optimizing operations and utilizing the full availability capacity at each plant, yada, yada, yada. That's by a spokesperson. Tyson also announced a relocation of all corporate jobs to Arkansas in October. Now let's talk about the company 3M, and this is a major manufacturing company. Manufacturing behemoth 3M announced significant layoffs as part of another major restructuring plan. The brand behind Post-it notes and Scotch tape said in a statement it would lay off 6,000 staff around the world. Those cuts are in addition to the 2,500 manufacturing roles the company eliminated in January. The massive layoffs that they are doing at 3M will save them roughly $900 million a year. So I'm sitting here and I'm giving you this article because it's really news that you can use, that I can use, everybody can use it. But I'm also watching Ramsey on TBN because I need to still continue to try to get out of debt. And for me, that means I might have to downsize some things. I'm not talking about my home, but some other things in my life in order to get a little bit more debt free. That's something that you we all need to be doing, because we need to have more funds freed up for other things. So Lyft, let's talk about Lyft. Rideshare company Lyft plans to reduce its workforce. The CEO, David Risher, told employees in another round of layoffs that reports, because they've been laying off, y'all, So reports are saying that this could affect hundreds of company staff members. The announcement follows Lyft move in November to cut 13% of its workforce, citing fears of a looming recession. So in a company memo, and take note, every company is sending out these memos, so you don't know if you're going to be getting a memo, that dreaded yellow paper or pink paper that they give you back in the day and say, hey, you laid off or you're fired or whatever. Basically, you're fired. But they're all sounding the same. So the next company is Whole Foods. Whole Foods is laying off an unspecified number of employees. The company confirmed to the news organization headcount will be reduced by less than half of 1% of total employees. Next, we have David's Bridal, one of the largest sellers of wedding gowns in the United States. David's Bridal is laying off thousands of workers nationwide, according to a notice filed in the Pennsylvania Department of Labor. The notice said that the retailer is eliminating 9,236 positions across the United States, but did not specify how many stores would be affected or where. And I couldn't give you these companies without giving you my favorite company of all, right? And I'm being sarcastic. Walmart. So Walmart is laying off more employees. Y'all already know about all the Walmart stores that are closing, because I'm trying to keep y'all informed on that. I even have a playlist that's dedicated to just Walmart news. So Walmart is laying off more than 2,000 workers at 5 U.S. warehouses that fulfill website orders, in a move that came weeks after America's largest private employer warned it's in for a tough year ahead. Again, I want to let you guys know, don't think these companies not making money. They're making money, okay? It's just not the money that they thought they would be making, but they're still making a lot of money. So the retail giant is cutting more than 1,000 jobs in Texas, 600 jobs in Pennsylvania, 400 in Florida, 200 in New Jersey. And this is according to the Worker Adjustment Retraining Notification, called WARN. This is what they named this now. When they closed that fulfillment center in Atlanta last year, like November, December, somewhere around there, because they're going to replace those workers with AI technology because they feel like it will be more productive. Y'all, they doing all of this because they don't have to pay AI. Okay, they don't have to worry about AI calling out. They don't have to worry about AI trying to find a babysitter. They don't have to worry about AI getting sick. They don't have to worry about paying for insurance and everything else that they're paying for employees. And they don't have to worry about that employee talking back. Okay, they are letting go of real people and replacing them with AI technology in some cases. And in some cases, they're just closing up shop. So Walmart said in a statement that it recently adjusted staffing levels at their fulfillment centers in select markets to better prepare for the future needs of customers, and that it was a decision that wasn't made lightly. They always say the same thing over and over again. It said that it's working closely with affected associates to help them understand what career options may be available at other Walmart locations. Not all employees will have a spot at another location. I even did a story saying that they would have to reapply. I apologize if this video is longer than you would like for it to be. It's longer than I would like for it to be, but I'm bringing you news you can use, so I have to give it to you like I see it. The next company is McDonald's. McDonald's instructed corporate employees to work from home in early April in anticipation of layoffs. And that's according to the Wall Street Journal. During the week of April 3rd, they communicated that decision related to roles and staffing levels across the organization, the company said in an email to employees, according to the journal, that we want to ensure the comfort and confidentiality of our people during the notification period. McDonald's has 150,000 employees in its company-owned locations and offices globally, with 70% of those positions outside of the United States. Bed Bath & Beyond has been on bankruptcy watch for a while now, and they've been closing hundreds of their store locations since late 2022. Workers at affected stores across the country have been laid off. And the next company is Meta. The tech giant announced an additional 10,000 layoffs across several months on top of mass layoffs in 2022. Among those affected by layoffs are members of the company's sustainability, well-being, user experience, newsfeed, and messaging teams. And that's according to LinkedIn posts. The company said in November that it was eliminating approximately 13% of its workforce, 11,000 jobs, in the single largest round of cuts in its history. Let's talk about Disney. Disney has had 3 rounds of layoffs that have hit them, announced through March 27th. Internal memo to employees. Around 7,000 people will be affected by the move over the next several months. ABC News was affected by the cuts, laying off several senior executives. Amazon is also taking hits and letting people go. Amazon said in March that it would cut 9,000 jobs, bringing the total number of Amazon staffers eliminated this year to around 27,000. The company announced in January that it was eliminating some 18,000 positions as part of a major cost-cutting bid. Indeed is also cutting people. Job listing, that's crazy, because Indeed, you go to Indeed to find a job, but Indeed is cutting their own people. So Indeed. Job listing website Indeed.com announced cuts of approximately 2,200 employees. That's 2,200 employees, representing almost 15% of its total workforce. Now, this next company, they don't call me, but they send me letters all the time and try to get me to sign up with them. But SiriusXM is also letting go people. The radio giant SiriusXM laid off 475 people, or about 8% of its workforce. Boeing is laying off 2,000 people. They're cutting 2,000 jobs in finance and human resources, and it will be shifting some of that work to an outside contractor in India. Boeing is sending work to India. Screw the Americans working, because I can pay less of nothing over there in India. Happy flying. The computer company Dell laid off roughly 5% of its workforce, and the technology company had about 133,000 employees. The company said that at that level, the 5% cut represents more than 6,500 employees that will be laid off. PayPal is cutting 2,000 employees, roughly 7% of their staffers. IBM also announced that they're doing a cut, 3,900 positions, roughly 1.5% of its global workforce. And even the Washington Post is doing cuts. Post cut 20 roles in January as part of a move that publisher Fred Ryan had indicated in December that the newspaper would take in early 2023. Stitch Fix, the online personalized subscription clothing retailer, said it planned to lay off 20% of its salaried staff. So guys, they are right sizing. So I hope this video was helpful and useful. I hope you watched it till the end, because it does help this channel get out to more people, or at least watch the first 5 minutes of it and hit that like button. Share it out with your family and your friends. And again, thank you for joining Tommy's Carolina Homestead. Remember, I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the best you that you can be. And when you go out and spread God's love, peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on Tommy's Carolina Homestead. And remember, if you prep today, you are prepared for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, it could be you. It could be someone you know in your family. It could be your friend who's losing their job. So share this stuff out and let them know that they need to be preparing, stockpiling food and medication. Things looking bad, and it's going to look bad for a minute. But as long as you are breathing, you have a chance to prepare.
Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete.